Well, hello again. Welcome again to another reading. The article today is going to be Swept Away or False Confidence by Dr. John Henry Brealey. And so let's get this going here. Okay, Swept Away or False Confidence. Much attention has been bestowed and much money expended to make the hot air balloon a success. Everything deemed needful had been supplied. A store of requires was carefully secured, and everything prepared was considered complete for the ascent. It was its trial trip and an experience. Herald was to accompany it on its first attempt to soar above the clouds. A great journey was not anticipated, and a bright afternoon had been chosen for the adventure. But the preparation occupied more time than had been expected. It was getting dark. Everything was ready. The car had been carefully secured, and the ground by ropes, which at the given signal could be simultaneously stripped from the mooring. The silk was inflated with gas, and the two gentlemen entered the car. Audience were exchanged and hope for the prosperous journey expressed. The motion was made by the hand of the aeronaut, and the rope slipped, but one was obscured and would not yield. The balloon freed on all sides, but this swayed like a frightened horse, and suddenly jerked, capsized the car with the occupants. The aeronaut fell to the ground, but happily was not killed. His companion, apparently more fortunate, caught the pendant rope in his fall and hung suspended in the air. A momentary shout of joy and delight was uttered by the terror-stricken friend beneath as he saw the fall broken and the rope grasped, but it was only momentarily, for to their horror they found the rope had slipped, and the knot or dragged its mooring away, and the balloon set free bounced up far up, higher, yet higher into the heavens, frantically with the agonizing there. Behold, a devoted man still clinging to the road's rope, straying away in the darkness to be seen or hitting no more. What an awful end, the doubtless say, but through such a terrible catastrophe is happily seldom witnessed. It is but a faint picture of what is, alas, the daily occurrence in the matter of the soul and eternal interest. Men tenderly cling to their own notions of superstitions, imagining it will be all right by and by, though it be not right now, nor will they give up their vain hope, though it be but as a spider's web. It matters not how they, when you are or what is believed, provides you sincere, as though the sincerity was the plea for safety. Was not the fated man since in his death grip of the balloon rope, but the earnestness and sincerity in the false hope were the cause of his terrible end. Had he dropped the rope and fallen, there might have been some hope, but holding on, he sealed his doom. Perhaps the reader is resting his hope on the mortality and thinking, because he is not so outwardly wicked as some others, and trying his best to live upright, therefore he is safe. But it is only a delusion of the wicked one, and must end in death. For there is none righteous, no, not one. Psalms 14:3 and Romans 3:10. Many delusions Satan holds out as ropes from the balloon, and the sinner may grasp them, but they all lead one way and carry the blinded sinner into the darkness of death, swept away. There is a religious rope on which thousands are dependent. They are diligently at their pious devotions, at the prayers and the good deeds, but they're not submitted to the righteousness of God, going about to establish their own righteousness and not receive Christ as Christ are hopelessly holding on to a delusion which will sweep them away. Then there is the Reformation rope, which sustains the multitudes, trying to be better, turned over a new leaf, leaving off outside sins, and variable, believing they are safe. But they forget the fact that God requires that which is past, Ecclesiastes 3:10, and no future well-doer can face one sin of yesterday. The most fatal rope men grasp is the rope of procrastination. Most are persuaded they are in danger and need salvation, but they are greatly believed in the mercy of God through the total ignorance, his justice, and they say, God is very merciful, and he can save at the 11th hour. We intend to be saved sometimes, but there is plenty of time, and they cling to the rope and are swept away in the flight of time and lost to the eternal. Lost for all eternity. How is it with the reader when the rope are clinging to? Is it to Jesus and to him alone? If not, give up every other rope and trust him, and his whole and the eternal security is yours. For his word says it. But on the other hand, if any other ground of hope is yours, be sure it will sweep away, for there is no other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved. Acts 4:12. Other refuge are numerous, but they are refuges of lies. Multitudes are clinging to other supports, but they are worthless. A Canadian village in May 1845 was eagerly in dragging sand from the 3 miles up the falls, from Niagara 3 miles up the falls, and seated in his cart, backed the horses into the water. Being ignorant of the depth, the cart sank. But the box on which he sat floated. To this he clung with the energy of despair, as he was unable to swim. The high winds drove it into the strong but smooth current. The boat was left loose, but the fear of letting go his hold of the box he grasped, and meaning is of safety. And lost he shrank, as he dreadful cries penetrated the dull roar of the torturing. Presently, and small island is seen, and the devoted man still cling to his fatal support, is washed close to it. Will he leave the box and grab the shore? The outlookers from the other side, unable to help, anxiously awaited the results. The box struck the rocks, and the man is within inches of safety, but secured his life. He must let go of the box. He doubtlessly intended to, but ere he sprung for life, and whirling eddies swept the box swiftly into the stream again, and all hope was lost. Onward he goes, smoothly swifting surely to his doom. He presently is seen to enter the blue, unbroken flood of smooth water, 20 feet in depth, in the center of the Canadian Falls. His doom is sealed. One moment more, and he had loosened his hold. His hands are clasped as if in prayer, and with frantic gestures and a terrifying scream, he is carried over the cataract and is seen no more. None other trace of him forever after. He had built up his false hope, and leaped on the rocks or grasped the boat. He might have been saved, but delaying too long, his chance was lost. Oh, dear reader, have you given up trusting to self or religion or good resolutions? Are you resting now in Jesus' finished works? If not, delay no longer. Escape for thy life. Venture on him. Venture, hold. Let no other trust intrude. None but Jesus can do helpless sinners good. The Gospel Watchman, 1885. And that concludes the reading today. I can just shut this off. There we go. Until next time, God bless, and we'll see you then. Bye for now.